When you're looking at running backs in the 2017 NFL Draft, there's one guy that deserves to go in the top 5 for me, and that is Leonard Fournette. Now, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of running backs that could go in the second or third rounds that are equally going to give you some good value, but Leonard Fournette is the people's champ. This is the guy that deserves to go in that top 5 slot for the running backs. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Leonard Fournette has speed, he has power, he has elusiveness. This dude will throw a stiff arm to you to the ground. He'll blow by you with his speed. I gave him a 94 speed, 94 acceleration, and 92 agility. But the Jags, I think, are a really good fit for him. You have Miles Jack, Dante Fowler, and the sassiest player in the league in Jalen Ramsey, a defensive back. Then on the offensive side, you have Blake Bortles, who I think could actually still be pretty good. He has some weird mechanic issues. He kind of turns the ball over a lot. But with Allen Robinson, with Hearns over there as well, the offensive line is getting better. If you put Leonard Fournette in that backfield with TJ Yeldon, I think this could be a devastating lineup. Offensive power could definitely be there. Defensive power, I think, is going to come. But let's see what Leonard Fournette does when he's playing for the Jags. Now, Blake Bortles is back here, throws him to the right-hand side, and, well, we just talked about Blake Bortles being kind of mistake prone. This dude just threw an interception here, and Leonard Fournette can't be too happy about that one, but a good interception by Gunter. Now, with the ball back, Green Bay didn't score on the drive. Fournette's going to be out in the open field, and for him to get into the open field and catch balls like that, it will be imperative for his success in the NFL. If Fournette is going to be one of those top 5 running backs, if he's going to be one of those guys that you always remember for the rest of your life, kind of like a Todd Gurley, what I think Todd Gurley could be, a LaDainian Tomlinson, someone like that, he's going to have to catch the ball. Now, we do get a glimpse at Fournette's first career rushing touchdown there, a nice little scamper on the left-hand side. Now, 7-0 lead for Jags. He's going to make his way down the right-hand side, gets hung up on his own man, but still, this dude's vision is hard to replicate. I think Leonard Fournette will be one of those impact running backs. I think you have a guy like Ezekiel Elliott who's going to be in a better situation because Zeke obviously has the Cowboys offensive line and he's a supreme talent, where I think Fournette is pretty much a similar talent. Zeke is in a much better situation. I don't think there's any team that's going to be just as good as what you're going to find for Leonard Fournette in the top 5 this year. Now, another great reception here by Leonard Fournette as we convert a 3rd and 5, and you can believe Leonard Fournette, oh, he's a little bit hype at this point. But if you think about it, look at the talent that has come out of LSU in recent years. You have guys like Jeremy Hill at running back. You're also going to have a guy like Odell Beckham Jr. at receiver. They were both in the same team, so it's kind of crazy to me that they didn't win some sort of championship when you had that much stacked talent at the roster. Jeremy Hill has proved himself to be a top 10 running back when he's healthy. Odell Beckham Jr. is a top 5 running back. But look at this, Leonard Fournette, if he wants to be successful in the NFL, he just can't fumble like that. You've got to have some ball security, get both hands on the balls in the NFL. What might have worked in college where you were stronger than most of the guys who are going to try and tackle you, that's not really going to work in the pros for you. Now, 2nd and 12, we go to a halfback screen here, and oh boy, we get lit up again. Fournette held on to the rock there. A good catch, but still, he gets lit up on the play. So 3rd and 12, we need something major. Fournette moves to the right-hand side, wide open spaces. You got one guy in front of him. He tries to truck through him. He's going to push through. He does get wrapped up and ultimately tackled at that point, but still, he's developing some pretty good chemistry between him and Blake Bortles at this point. Now, with under 4 minutes in the 2nd quarter, we're going to hand it back off to Leonard Fournette, and Fournette is to the edge. Leonard Fournette showing off that 94 speed, that 94 acceleration, and no one is going to touch the man, the myth, the legend, Leonard Fournette. And he's saying, look at the name on the back, because that's what matters now. Now, Gus Bradley says, look, a little bit too much celebration, but still, that is what you want to see from Leonard Fournette. When you get him into the open field, when you actually get some blocking for him, this dude is devastating. So I'm hoping that whether he goes to the Jags, whatever team he goes to, I'm hoping they can beef up their offensive line to make sure that you have some talent there to open up some holes for him. Because if the holes are there, I think Leonard Fournette's going to get through them and become a dominant running back in the NFL. Now, 2nd and 5, Fournette's moving to the left-hand side. This one he's going to catch, and he gets both feet in, but they're going to say it's 3rd and 1 on this play. So on 3rd and 1, Fournette's staying in for pass protection. Blake Bortles, all the time in the world, he throws that dime to Allen Robinson, hauling that one in. Now, with 16 seconds left, we need to get something major here. Now, Fournette sits down. Bortles, though, throws this one over instead of throwing an interception. We'll take that. But with 12 seconds left, we have to kick a field goal there. So going into halftime, we're up here with a 20-10 lead. Fournette started 13 for 102 touchdowns, which is incredible. But since then, he only has a single carry for a loss of 3 yards. The Jags really haven't been using him much after that initial burst, so he's going to try something there. If he had just spun past that defender there, though, that was an absolute touchdown. No one was past that defender. Probably better to do a juke move there. Now, Fournette back with the rock, goes right into the left-hand side, and again, these hard hits are coming. Matthews this time on the big hit, and Fournette, he's a little slow to get up on that one. You got to be worried. He has had a couple of injuries. I think he had something like an ankle injury. Hopefully that doesn't flare up in the NFL. Now, again, we're going to try to move our way through. We spin, we get kind of rocked on that one, but another first down for Leonard Fournette. Now, with 2 minutes left, we go to the left-hand side. A nice wrap-up tackle there by Matthews. With a minute left, we're inside the red zone. Fournette moves to the left-hand side. The ball's not thrown to him. It's thrown to the defender instead. Rollins is going to pick this one off. Bortles, can you do something good here? For once, Bortles does something great in this game. He makes a tackle, but he shouldn't have even thrown the interception. If he threw it to Leonard Fournette, I think he might have been open. Could have avoided that, but whatever. We'll move on to the next play. Here with Leonard Fournette on the 26-yard line on 3rd and 9. Bortles back in shotgun. Fournette wide open again on the right-hand side. They are not covering him here. What are you doing, Fournette? He's trying to hurdle him. That might work in college, but again, it's another example of things that might have worked for you in college aren't necessarily going to work here in the NFL. Now, run up the middle, get stuffed with 4 minutes left here. We're up 3. Bortles throws one deep again. We go up, and this one is picked off again. Rollins is a man possessed right now. His second interception of the day, already has 2 tackles, and he salutes Blake Bortles and says, "Thank you for that nice little gift." Now, handoff here to Leonard Fournette, moves his way up the middle, almost can get through. He's going to try to fight his way down, and look at the toughness displayed by Leonard Fournette, getting another first down. Now, first and 10, handoff to the right-hand side. Again, the right-hand side has been working pretty well. We find some room, and again, the holes are there. If you put the holes there, Leonard Fournette is going to find a way to get those first downs for you. Now over 125 yards rushing on the day. Now, handoff again to Leonard Fournette to the left-hand side. This one, not really as good. They're actually going to pull Leonard Fournette out in this play after that one. So a new drive. We're actually down 1 point. So with 25 seconds left, Bortles finds Leonard Fournette to the left-hand side. All he had to do was get out of bounds, but Fournette tries to turn it up the field. That is a rookie mistake. Here on first and 10 with time running down, we do go ahead and spike the ball. So we have one final play probably at this point. What is going to happen? So second and 10, 12 seconds left. What are we going to do? We need to get in field goal position. We have one timeout left, and this one is going to be intercepted. If you're counting at home, folks, it is interception number 4 for Blake Bortles. So I think Leonard Fournette still could be a really good fit for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They need to beef up the offensive line a little bit. Blake Bortles needs to be better his decision making. But if they open up the holes, if they cater this offense to allow Leonard Fournette to be great, I think he could be a dominant player in the NFL, possibly a top 10 running back when it's all said and done. He is that kind of talent. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.